Every time we go camping, kita kan ambil wudhu tuh subuh-subuh. Nah, ask this guy, boleh tayamum nggak?
So I was actually shot twice, one here and then one on the right thigh. And I start practicing it, and I'm start praying in there, and they're noticing. I'm like, what's going on here? So I don't think they like that, right?
Ngapain sholat, hatinya masih belum bagus juga gitu. I guess we sidetrack a little bit, but
That's
good.
good.
Oh yeah, that trigger.
That's good. But you know what? I do want to acknowledge you, man. You're for you. I'm so proud of you.
Why?
Because I mean, seeing you growing up, and now you have
Yeah,
family
he
of
was
your-
around when I was growing up.
family
yeah.
of your own. You now, mashallah, you got two beautiful kids.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
You're going on 3, right? 4.
Alhamdulillah. Man.
Alhamdulillah,
Inshallah, we'll see how it
Alhamdulillah.
goes, but alhamdulillah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was in the community, but we haven't
I've
really
seen you,
talked
yeah.
back then. Same with Bro Niki as
Yeah.
well. You guys were around, but we just, like I said, we started talking more after, with family, I
Yeah.
guess, and then lebih sering ke masjid, ke
Yeah.
pengajian gitu kan.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Mashallah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So yeah, that was on the trigger point, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay, going back to
Marriage.
trigger, yeah.
You know, marriage got me going. And when I had my first son, it's like, oh man, I got to elevate it even further. You know, how can I get more closer? Because I'm I'm starting to, my iman, alhamdulillah, starting getting more and more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after kids, it's like Hajj with Ustad Joban. MashaAllah, dude, that right there, brothers,
Allah
Hajj.
accept from you, bro.
Inshallah, bro. That's definitely one of my accelerator, right?
Yeah.
My turning point accelerator, kind of like.
Yeah.
Closing out. That's how. Then after that, I got to the masjid even more. Alhamdulillah, that triggers me, and then I finally met you guys. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
So it was.
I think it helps a lot, right? When your friend are also
Oh yeah, definitely.
ke agamanya juga interested, jadi maksudnya sama-sama kayak ayo kita sholat barengan.
That's what
kita
we need. That's what we need.
nggak paham apa, kita saling nanya terus nanti kita cari answernya bareng-bareng gitu.
Right.
I think that helps a lot, that kind of circle.
That's
Yeah,
what I was missing. That was what I was missing when I grew up. Right. The circle that I need to be in. To this day, I still have friends that are non-Muslim. Alhamdulillah, I still have in my life. I still do stuff with them, like snowboard, this and that. Go out. But there's also now another circle that I've created. Alhamdulillah, through the community, right? That
Definitely.
fills that void when I had before.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of like so.
Actually, one of my duas in early life, I didn't have many friends here, by the way. I was just I have this strong Indonesian nggak nyambung sebenarnya sama orang Amerika tuh, nggak pernah nyambung. So I'm like, ya Allah, make it easy for me to find friends that's close to the deen, especially. I'm not close to the deen back then, but I found friends that I can connect with. That yang the vision, the target is almost similar, so I can connect better. I said, alhamdulillah, it doesn't like take nggak langsung terkabul gitu. It takes time.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
10 years maybe when I was making dua in maybe end of middle school, high school lah. And then baru-baru kerasanya kayak sekarang ketemu Bro Niki, Bro Hendy, Mikey, yang gitu-gitu. It takes some time, tapi alhamdulillah found that circle that I'm always dreaming of.
Right, and that's one of the reasons why that keeps me going. Because of our circle of friends and our family, of course, at home, but our circle that we have,
Definitely.
it helps me keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keeps the gas going.
And the thing that I like, we don't need to give up most of our hobbies. Kayak misalnya kita seneng main mobil, misalnya fix car apa. Kebetulan ini grupnya bisa menuju ke situ juga gitu. Tapi agamanya juga nggak ketinggalan. Ya waktu sholat kita lagi misalnya camping di luar. Sholat dulu yuk barengan gitu apa. Makan juga sama gitu kan.
Every time we go camping, kita kan ambil wudhu tuh subuh-subuh. Nah, ask this guy, boleh tayamum nggak? Dingin bro.
I was like, man, this guy is trying to get the shortcuts to many things.
Itu berapa degrees di luar?
That's why it's important that we
bro,
have.
And I said, I'm not a scholar by the way, but ya bro, kalau nggak mematikan airnya ya nggak bisa dong, nggak ada air. Debu dipakai kalau nggak ada air. Ini misalnya lagi salju semuanya kan air. Susah dong. What am I gonna say? Boleh nggak apa-apa tayamum. And then I actually said, ya mungkin bro kalau dingin airnya dipanasin dulu aja.
Yes.
Kan kita bawa boiler.
And then we did that. And then Bro Hendy finally did that. Alhamdulillah. So that helped. Thank you.
It's good that we have now that we have our surrounding, because we motivate each other. We push each other, you know. So alhamdulillah for that, alhamdulillah, yeah. Like for me, going back to trigger, I mean, there's an incident kind of triggered me. I'm just gonna share with you, but I'm not gonna, you know, go in detail. But I think it was this is when my wife was pregnant with Dean. We're at a place, pool hall, and an incident happened where we got involved.
Tempat biliar.
Yeah.
Oh,
pool
pool.
hall, right?
Yeah.
Well, so we got involved with something, and then I was actually shot. You know,
Tembak, bro.
shot twice.
Tembak.
Yeah, tembak. Yeah.
They hit you.
Yeah. So they hit me here.
Di mana ini bro? Di Seattle? Di mana?
No, this is in California.
Oh,
Westminster.
masih back in California?
Exactly. Yeah. This is before we made the hijrah here. You know.
Mhm.
So I was actually shot twice. One here and then one on the right thigh. So
The guy actually kayak
Yeah,
shot at you?
he was actually.
Was he aiming for you,
He was aiming for
or
me. It wasn't
was
like
like a stray bullet?
No, he was aiming for me. It wasn't like a wrong time, wrong place. It was more like a
He was
we
really
shouldn't be
after
there.
you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is something that we made choice as a
Wow.
group. We were there late at night, and so he was there. He was not too far away from me. He was like maybe 20 yards. I remember him vividly, man. He was aiming for me, and he shot twice, and then shot me on my right hand, and then one here, right thigh. I actually still have the bullet on my right thigh right here.
Masih ada di dalam.
Yeah, still in there.
Nggak bisa dikeluarin emang.
So
atau
the
gimana?
doctor was like, we can remove the bullet,
Yeah.
or we can just leave it in there. I was like, what's gonna happen if I leave it? It's just gonna stay there, you know. I was like, okay, let's just leave it. For you know.
Is it not dangerous?
Well, once the muscle builds
around it,
then I mean for like I think 3 months I felt it moving. You know, because every time you walk, it's
Click,
moves, right?
click, click.
Yeah, but
Okay,
after a while, it snugs it and it just holds on to it. So for me, when that happened, it really triggers me. I'm like, man, what am I doing? I have my 3-year-old. My wife is pregnant. What am I doing getting involved with this, right? So, I finally I made the decision. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna move. So I left the family there for 3 months. Moved up here. At that time, I was actually getting involved with a contractor with my job. It said that there's an opening at Microsoft, right? So I moved up here, and then that didn't work out. So what is this? I moved up here for was it 2009?
2009.
Yeah, 2009.
By what you said.
Yeah, 2009. Yeah, 2009. That's a long time ago, man. But yeah, that's one of the things that kind of like triggered me, until I met the community here. Of course, I went through ups and downs, right? But I think 2012 when I experienced my Ramadan. Right,
Ramadan,
man.
Pure Ramadan.
Pure Ramadan, and that was my intention. I was like, Ya Allah, I've never, and yes, I've like growing up in India. I've always been, around, but never really have the intention. You know what I mean? We've always just be around. It's more like a culture thing, right? But yes, we make salah.
Siang-siang masih makan kerupuk.
Right, yeah, right. But I remember that year, man. I was like, man, I'm gonna really dedicate myself in this month of Ramadan. Subhanallah, man, that changed my life. I mean, from not praying to making salah, like you know what I mean. And then I remember working at that one company. I'm not gonna say the name, but it's owned by Chinese people. And I start practicing, right? I was working
Start
for about
practicing Islam, mulai
so,
sholat,
right,
gitu.
right. So I was there for about 3 years.
Sorry, ini what company is this?
It's basically we manufacture gloves, right?
Okay.
And we send them out to anybody that wants gloves, industrial gloves. So and I start practicing it, and I'm start praying in there, and they're noticing. I'm like, what's going on here? So I don't think they like that, right? So anyway, I'm gonna fast forward. They decided to let me go, right? I was heartbroken. I was
Because you start praying,
I was praying, just and they've caught me many times. Like the manager actually caught me many times praying break room and stuff like that. And they're like, I don't think they've seen that before, right? They didn't like that, I don't think. So they decided to let me go, but I was heartbroken. And subhanAllah, man, I think it was the following week.
Yeah.
I got with my company.
Yeah.
Making more than twice than what I was making.
Alhamdulillah.
So sometimes when things happen, to us, we don't know the wisdom behind that, right? But Allah has better plan for us, man. You know.
Yeah.
And I know at that time I was really working hard for my family, And when you know that your intention, I was like, man, I work hard for my family. Why is this happening to me, right?
Right.
But something good happens after that,
Yeah.
and then when you realize, man, this is from Allah. This is from Allah. So that basically that the month of Ramadan, man, changed my life. Subhanallah.
Yang ini ya, jadi benar-benar pas sudah benar-benar oke, mau benar-benar ibadah dengan lebih baik, and then things change. Is it because I think kadang kita emang kalau kita mau benar-benar, Allah actually test us, nggak langsung dikasih ininya, pasti dites dulu kan. That's hard for some people. Istiqomahnya itu susah.
What is that saying? Allah will never test you for something that you're able to.
And then and any test that Allah gives, Allah never tests you that past your limit.
Yep.
Itu nggak mungkin gitu. Tapi as a believer, nggak mungkin you're not tested.
Yeah.
Nabi aja dites kan.
Yep.
Nabi yang ini pasti masuk surga gitu. Nabi tetap dites kan, harus perang. Beliau disakitin sama umatnya gitu, dilemparin batu gitu yang gitu. Jadi for us pasti kita juga yang bukan nabi apalagi pasti dites lah gitu. Bener nggak nih believer gitu. Dan ya itu, tapi kita bisa bilang oke, kita mau berubah. Cuman istiqomahnya kadang yang susah kan. Dites dikit, aduh udah deh. Ini lagi mulai ciut lagi gitu, mulai downsize again, Tapi ya itulah namanya, that's where you get tested, I guess. Kalau Bro Niki gimana? Ada nggak cerita-cerita kayak gitu, kayak mau berubah, terus akhirnya beribadah atau dimanapun susah beribadah gitu. Jadi dites kayak gitu, ada nggak?
Always for me, since I think since my surroundings, dulu was non-Muslims, right? It's hard for me to pray.
Yeah.
Ambil waktu di sholat di mana, di sini gitu kan.
Pernah ada kayak takut kelihatan sama orang ini sholat gitu karena Muslim
malu gitu.
Yeah, Muslim has a image yang asing di sini kan. Strange, or they're not like something normal, regular lah.
Right, yeah. So that's how I felt kinda dulu, like ini sholat mesti di mana gitu. But now alhamdulillah, it's like when we go snowboarding, sholat aja di parking lot.
Anywhere, bro. Yep, that's it.
We have all the rights, First Amendment, right?
Yeah.
Mau orang mau gini, this is, First Amendment. You have the freedom to practice exercise your religion, without getting any, stopped or anything.
Yeah. So I think that was one of the challenges growing up, was like, since I was around non-Muslims for the majority of the time, right? It's like to pray, like you said, to pray anytime. When it's Zuhur, you pray Zuhur, inshallah.
Salah is everything, man. If we disconnect ourselves from Salah, then we are disconnecting ourselves from Allah. And that's the number one thing, man. We can never be perfect, but as long as we establish our Salah, then I think everything, it's like going back what you said, istiqamah, right? It's hard, especially when you live in this society, the Western society. You have so much what do you call this? Distractions,
challenges,
right? Challenges, right? But as long as we keep that salah, man, as long as we keep that salah, right? I think everything's good. I know we're not gonna be perfect, right? But it's making that salah. It's a way of connecting with ourselves with Allah.
Yeah. Have you guys ever heard? Ada yang bilang, ngapain sholat hatinya masih belum bagus juga gitu. Ngapain sholat pakai kerudung hatinya masih belum bersih juga. Pernah dengar kayak gitu?
Pernah dengar, and my sister-in-law, I think, she's the one who said, it's okay. just keep doing it
Yep.
first.
Yeah.
Just keep praying, and
Exactly.
it'll become a habit. And after that, your heart will follow, inshallah.
Yeah.
Karena I've heard a lot of this in Indonesia actually, you know.
That's true.
Ngapain pakai kerudung, ngapain sholat masih belum benar kok hatinya. Tapi justru I think that's the key, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Praying,
Praying.
terus actually doing what's right, that's gonna change you.
Mm.
Where are you gonna start then if you don't
Exactly.
do that, right?
Isn't that one of your khutbah, something like that? Like recently, it becomes a habit, or one of your short reminders, maybe.
I don't
Like
remember,
if you
man.
get like 21 days, keeps, or maybe
Oh, but-
Ramadan. Yeah, I think you gave.
Ini lebih kalau itu lebih kayak ke momentum kan. Jadi
Yeah.
kayak kita there's a research that every after 21 days
There
of
it is,
doing the
yeah.
same thing,
Mhm.
your body is used to it. Your mind is used to it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
okay, for instance, you put a backpack next to a door every time you come home from work, from school, for 21 days straight.
Mhm.
That one day after 21 days you didn't do it, you're gonna feel something weird.
Right.
Because you're just used to it. And then the momentum basically after Ramadan is like you're used to fasting, and then after that, you know, while you still have that momentum, keep going, don't
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
Nah itu sih.
So, and it relates to what we were talking about earlier, where hatinya belum situ, belum bagus gitu. Just keep praying, you
Yeah,
know, keep
exactly.
praying
It
daily.
becomes natural nantinya. Terus apa namanya, dan sholat itu harusnya memang kalau benar it change your life.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you know, I've seen it with my eyes. A lot of people that don't pray, their life are not organized. Oh gimana emang orang kafir hidupnya bagus-bagus aja? Itu different stories.
Yeah.
They're not Muslim yet. Once you're Muslim, you're tested.
It's tested
Yeah,
differently.
exactly.
You're tested differently. And people are tested differently depending on their iman. Ya kafir belum beriman kan. Jadi masih.
That's what keeps them out. Maybe that is
Yeah.
the test, you know. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to continue to give you this. Are
Yeah.
you going to change? You know.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm
Now,
making that up.
Allah is the most generous, man.
Yes.
Either you believe Him or not, Allah will give you, you know. But for us Muslim, He'll give us this and the akhirah. You know what I mean? So one thing about the salah too, I want to jump on that one. It's like, you know, once you taste the sweetness of the salah, you will never want to miss it, man. Either you do it or you pray more. Just like you know, the hadith, correct me if I'm wrong, where a man comes up to a prophet, you know, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that, you know, Ya Rasulullah, you know, I want to become Muslim in one condition, right? I just want to do one salah a day. And what is, you know, his response was, okay, that's fine. He walks away, and then the you know, the companion comes up to, Ya Rasulullah, how come only he gets to do one salah? We're doing 5. And his response was, once he tastes the sweetness of the salah, he's going to do more than 5. SubhanAllah. So I think it's important, man, that, you know, your salah, you just got to continue doing it.
Yeah.
But once you taste that sweetness of
That's
salah, SubhanAllah, it's a, like you say, game changer, man. It's the best feeling, you know.
And
it's the best
ini
feeling.
from a lot of stories. Jadi ulama-ulama atau orang-orang soleh itu they come to a point sampai if you miss sunnah, ini sunnah ya, it's not mandatory. Oh, they feel like they miss out on a lifetime opportunity.
Right.
It's like that deep, you know, feeling of loss.
That's what we need to get to, brother.
That's what we need to get to.
Allahumma
We need to
yes.
keep going.
Kita masih receh,
My
bro.
goodness.
We still need to go a long ways, man, to that level, man.
SubhanAllah.
But inshallah, Allah will keep guiding us. You know, we
Ameen,
continue,
ameen,
and we
ameen.
keep increasing,
Yes.
and never increasing. Continue, inshallah.
And iman, it never stays the same. So it can go down, up and down.
Up and down.
Just got to continue to move forward. You know?
Every time I miss salat, gue takut loh, man. I get scared, dude. Like,
Yeah,
shoot,
that's-
langsung
and
minta
it's-
maaf, you know. Like,
That's actually,
sometimes when I like,
yeah.
especially during the summertime, kan Isya kita kan malam tuh jam 10, 11. Oh, capek, man. Tidur, and alright, I'm gonna sleep, but I'm gonna wake up at 3.
Yeah.
Si pray Isya.
Yeah.
Wake upnya jam 5. Ya kan, lalu, wow, buru-buru langsung deg-degan ya.
And
Bro Niki ini kan jam 5 ya kerjanya same like me ya. The early birds.
you know, when you make the intention too, you know, Allah will make it easy for you. Like for me, like I'm a truck driver, right? So I'm constantly moving different places, right? And one of the dua that I make is, Ya Allah, make it easy for me to attend my Jummah.
Yeah.
SubhanAllah, man. Every
Iya,
time.
karena susah ya lagi di jalan tiba-tiba harus Jumatan
Right.
itu
And that
and
was
then defending with the apa namanya
With the
truck.
Truck,
Yes,
yeah. You
yes.
can't park right here.
Yeah, exactly. And that was one of my worriness, you know, at that time. But alhamdulillah, man, every time, every Jummah, Allah just it's like every time I'm in there with my like a certain time, I would end to where a masjid is. Like I would be end up at the Bothell or Redmond or here, you know. So yeah, it's the intention.
I can kind of say kayaknya yang paling penting tuh the intention, right?
Intention, yeah.
Kalau intentionnya benar-benar pure, Allah will make it easy, right?
Yep.
And also, on top of that, every Friday I was like, oh my gosh, hopefully there's a meeting thrown at 12:30 to 1 o'clock. So I always block out.
Meeting.
I block out my calendar out of office from 12 to 1.
But yeah, that's the intention. You're right.
Yeah.
Intention's good, man. It's, you know.
And you know, I always enjoy your guys' company, going anywhere, you know, di masjid, di
Likewise.
kalau lagi overlanding apalagi ya, jalan-jalan tuh I never feel afraid of, you know, waktunya sholat pasti sholat, waktunya pasti yang maksudnya religion related.
Right.
I'm never afraid when I'm with you guys. Tapi kalau sama orang lain, I'm like,
no, I feel
aduh makan di luar. I mean, this is Muslim.
Yeah.
Tapi kayak kita sholat juga, nah itu I don't get that sometimes.
Yeah.
With you guys like, okay, ini kayaknya waktunya sholat dulu gitu.
Yeah.
Nah that's, you know, alhamdulillah, man. Alhamdulillah, I'm blessed, you know.
That is a good feeling, bro. No, I can relate to that because, you know, you're right. You know, when you hang out with, you know, your brothers that actually practices, you don't have to worry about that. Like either you or me or him will remind us. You know what I mean? One of us is gonna, hey, it's dhuhr time.
Yeah.
But with other people, like, man, okay, am I comfortable? Not comfortable, but like, can I take of his time? Is he gonna join me? Is he gonna pray with me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's different.
But yeah, you're right about that. Yeah. So
And
I can relate
kalau
to that.
kita bareng-bareng, you know, together, it's harder for the shaitan or, you know, whoever's gonna disturb us to actually get to us karena banyakan kan.
Right.
Kalau sendirian, nah itu yang bahayanya di situ.
Yeah. But alhamdulillah too,
man.
right now, you know, my non-Muslim friends, they understand me.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm still friends with them.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
they still understand. It's like, dang, Niki, 5 years ago you were dead, and now you're praying every time I see you.
Mashallah.
You know what I mean?
They
Like,
actually acknowledge and they're like inspired too by the changes. Like for instance, my at work, you know, Ramadan just earlier this year. I don't know how you went through all that. He said. I said, why? You have to fast. You can't drink water, right? You can't eat. You can't. You gotta refrain your emotion on certain stuff.
Right.
And then your time management. You know, you have to. You said you have to pray at night.
Yeah.
And then you have to start the breakfast. I don't know how you do it, man. It's a crazy stuff. You know, I can't never do that. He said. I'm like, yeah, it's
Right.
Now kita dapat respect dari
Yeah,
mereka.
yeah.
It's not like, oh ngapain nih orang Muslim kayak gitu-gituan nyakitin diri sendiri gitu.
Right.
Kalau dulu mungkin masih ada yang gitu kan. Kalau sekarang they respect us.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm thankful that my manager was able to, you know, let me do virtual 2 hours instead of, you know, going to office at 5. Kan sahur dulu harus apa, ini agak hectic juga in the morning.
And you never know, you know, those friends of yours will accept Islam someday.
Inshallah.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
because of what they're seeing. Right.
Exactly, you know, and that's one of the best da'wah. It's through our actions. You know what I mean? That's important, you know. So
And that's another blessing. I get to keep my old friends, get have new friends, new solid friends. That elevate me. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, I didn't really lose any of my friends, but you know, and then ada yang sekarang itu yang lebih dekat. Alhamdulillah, you know. And then if I'm you know practicing in front of them, they're respected. Yeah kan. That's in the beginning I was a little bit, you know, shy kayak aduh mau sholat dulu nih gitu kayak. But you know sekarang like udahlah. And then they're respected too.
Cool.
Yeah, for me, you know, like friends that I had in Cali. Unfortunately, they still have their, you know, ways. So yeah, I gotta stay away from that. You know what I mean?
Stick together, brothers. Inshallah.
Stick together, inshallah, man. This is a really good circle. Kita juga open ya. Kalau ada yang mau hang out sama kita atau apa.
Non-Muslims
we're all brothers.
Even the young guys, you know, we're not that old, you know.
Yeah.
Still young.
45.
Di hati masih muda. But yeah, non-Muslims too are welcome, 100%.
Oh yeah,
definitely. We even have your friend, right? Remember?
What's his name?
Alex.
No, the other one. Lupa namanya. I'm getting blank. But yeah, he's non-Muslims. He enjoyed the time with us. Is it Eric?
Alex?
Oh, Alex.
Okay, Alex.
Alex.
Eric, man.
The right track?
It's a 4-letter word.
That's close.
Yeah, the red truck. Yeah, alhamdulillah.
I like him.
He,
I like him.
we show him what we are.
Yeah.
He showed us what he is,
Yeah.
what he is, and we're like, we didn't contradict each other. We respected each other. I think everybody enjoyed. So, Muslim, non-Muslim, young, old,
That's, yeah.
you know, let's just hang out, inshallah.
Yeah.
Ini lebih konteksnya adalah kita waktu itu mau overlanding atau traveling ke East Washington ya, 3 jam away lah. I forgot what's the name of the place again. It's like not Cooley, it's not Cooley Dam.
Wait, Vantage?
Vantage, yes,
Yeah.
Vantage.
Yeah.
Yang ini udah pada tua-tua kan, udah lupa. Yes, jadi waktu itu dia ikut dan bukan Muslim ya, dan so he kind of see how we roll on our religion too.
He saw us praying,
kita sholat, kita connectionnya gimana sama orang-orang gitu.
So, alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we should close this. Udah lumayan ya, berapa sejam lebih kayaknya nih.
Lumayan. Iya loh, 11 loh.
Which mean I think it's a good talk actually. It's a really good talk.
Maybe we can do part 2 next time, inshallah.
Part 2 benar-benar. Boleh.
Inshallah.
But before we close, ada pesan-pesan or message for pemirsa yang nonton. Gimana untuk istiqomah atau tips untuk lebih menjaga agama sama inilah maintaining good order in your life.
Yeah. Well, for me, first of all, I do want to apologize to the Indonesian viewers for my language. Bahasa is already not there, man. But for me,
did you speak Indo at all?
No.
Sedikit.
But for me, for the young guys, of course, get married. Get married.
Get real.
Yeah, get married, man. Marriage can change your life. Of course, salah is important. Like what we talked about. Do not leave your salah. If you leave your salah, man, that's you're disconnecting yourself with Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. So.
Okay. For me, I would say, number one, never leave your salah, no matter how far you are away or how down you feel. Try to keep it there, and also your family, right? Your mom, your father, your sister.
Yes.
If you have the opportunity to stick with them. Because if it wasn't for them, I don't know.
Yes.
My mom and my dad every day. Niki, kapan nikahnya? And then I absolutely am like my parents' prayers. It helped me through it, alhamdulillah. So
I never get asked that question, by the way, because I wanted the one that get married. They were like, nanti dulu lah, gitu. Sekolah dulu apalah. Gitu.
Yeah. So keep your family there, because I realized who my real family was once I made that turn, and it's our brothers, sisters, and father, mother, right? So keep them in your life. Never miss Allah, and then like we said earlier. Habit, make it a habit, inshallah, And even though your intention is not there, just keep doing it. Inshallah, after 21 days, maybe then your heart starts to follow, inshallah.
And then enjoy it after.
Don't give up, inshallah, and always believe in the dua, the power of dua, alhamdulillah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And if you have, if you're capable and you have the money, go to Hajj.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be a game changer.
Inshallah, and go with Ar-Rahman Hajj. Buat Pak Ustaz Jawaban.
Anyways, thank you guys for showing up, for coming. It's a good talk. I really enjoy talking with you guys. I gain a lot, even though we probably hear these stories like this one actually is pretty new stories. New stories that
your story. I never some of your news.
I never heard. Yeah. Kita cerita-cerita, cuman ini kayaknya lebih I never actually know this one.
So I was like, what? You did that? Like, brother? How come you never tell me this?
But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you. Sukses selalu wherever you are at. Hopefully, Allah always bless you and the family.
All of us, inshallah.